I need to set this intro video to be the Zaza one. That one is like, we're going to Game 7, baby.
Yeah, that's
That video
funny.
is I love that video so much. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of The Sideline. My name is Rishi Oza.
My name's Asher Hire.
And the Nuggets are somehow still alive. Don't know how, honestly. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
every time I'm watching this, and you watch these games, right? And you're a prisoner of the moment. You're watching, you're like, God, it's game six, game six, game six, game five, game five. But then you think back 3 weeks ago, this team fired their head coach and their general manager with 3 games to go in the regular
Yeah.
season. And if you told me at that point that they would be tied 3-3 with a game 7 with 2 days off with the 68 win Oklahoma City Thunder, I would have shot you in the face. I would have told you you're insane.
No, I'm
Called an exorcist. Like,
and I'm taking that 100 out of like 100 times. The scenario is game seven. I hate game sevens. Everybody hates game sevens, but I would much rather be playing in a game seven than not. I really any time throughout the season, if you would have told me not the whole season, but well, really the whole season because they didn't start out well. Like if you told me that we would be game seven against a 68 win team in the second round, I would definitely take that because this team throughout the season had first round exit written all over them until they made the insane decision to fire Michael Malone 3 games left. And that has somehow like changed everything somehow. um, these I want to like this is a weird player like shout out like first, but Peyton Watson this entire playoffs has been very good, like extremely active, knocking down corner threes. His rebounding after being a bad rebounder in the regular season is like really good in the playoffs ever since Adelman took over. Um, so I wonder if he's kind of empowering guys like that because I remember seeing the article that, said that like young players right now don't really like playing for Denver because I don't know, Malone's kind of bossy. There's the whole Pickett Westbrook situation. Um, but now it's like the young players are having fun. Strawther, where did that come from? I have no idea. But that was amazing to watch. And then yeah, Watson throughout the whole playoffs. So it feels like the guys have taken a step up since Adelman took over for sure.
yeah, I mean, that's Julius Randle. I mean, it's crazy. You'd think we're talking about a game that Nikola Jokic goes for 29, 14, and 8. Murray has an incredible game with the flu, 25, 8, and 7. Christian Brown, 23, 11, and 5. He had a phenomenal game. But like the story of it is that 5 minute stretch where Julian Strawther just turned into Klay Thompson for some
Yeah.
reason. I mean, it was
Yeah.
incredible to watch, and this is the player that at Julian Strawther's high, this is who he is. Like he's a lightning rod scorer who can activate a crowd and get you going, and that is exactly what Denver is. If Julian Strawther played like this in games 4 and 5, Denver has already won the series, right? Like this is exactly the type of performance that they need going forward. Obviously, he's not going to. This is how he was in the regular season too. He'd have 4 good games like this, then 3 weeks of just nah. But man, for him to do
Yeah.
this in this game, I mean, it's tied 80 all. Like it is 80-80, and then he hits the wing three, then he hits the corner three, and then he has the little alley oop lob, which is an insane
Thing.
finish. I mean, he's
I
facing away
know.
from the
I
basket with
know.
a contest.
Yeah.
Like for him to do that, and then hit the big three in the fourth quarter, which was kind of the dagger as well. Like man, that is. And to think about it, right? Like he wasn't in the. I mean, he obviously got hurt, but he wasn't even like remotely in the rotation coming into the playoffs.
Yeah.
If there was a
Yeah.
player going into the playoffs, if you told me there's a player who had a moment like this off the bench, it would have been Jalen Pickett. But he hasn't played since like game 3 of the first round. Like
Right.
it
Right.
has pretty much all been 7 guys, and Julian Strawther becoming an eighth guy. I mean, he hit a
Yeah.
3 in game 5 too. Like that's exact. It's like the only thing that Denver has needed in the
Yeah.
last three
Yeah.
games.
I love how like game to game the playoffs are. It's like the Warriors, especially, I feel like have been like this, where it's Moses Moody plays one game and then all of a sudden doesn't play. Kuminga was like that. Even Buddy Hield towards the end of the regular season wasn't playing much, and then all of a sudden he's like their second best player. Um, but and now the like finding these guys in the playoffs to give you some contribution is so big. It's like that has been the one thing that the Nuggets have needed in this series. Last series it was Westbrook as the spark plug off the bench. This series there hasn't been one. And you look at the other teams, Luke Cornett had a monster game off the bench. Peyton Pritchard's been averaging like 15. Wiggins, Caruso, all these other teams have guys off the bench that can really come in and knock down. Miles McBride can come in and knock down 3 threes or something. And the Nuggets haven't had that. And now they finally have it. And once they finally get a game out of it, they win comfortably. It's like that's all they need, man. Um, is a guy like that. And so I mean, if he can keep it up, if he can knock down a three in game 7, that's just massive. Um, but
Yeah, and he doesn't have to be. I mean, 15 points in 20 minutes is not
right,
like
right.
sustainable. He just has to be like even hit a couple threes, throughout the game, provide some sort of spacing, because those threes that he's hitting are like exactly what Denver needs. It's open looks, open catch and shoot looks off of ball movements, 2 corner threes, a wing three. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I don't, and then catching the lob ish type of play, like it's plays where you need someone to finish them. These Nuggets have not been finishing these plays off of ball movement. Like most notably, I'm remembering in Game 5, Denver is up 5. It's 92-87. It's good ball movement. Jamal Murray gets a wide open corner three, and it goes in and out. And then Lou Dort hits another just
Right.
freaking like rainbow bomb catapult mortar
Don't
shot.
even bro. Lou Dort is like he is the fakest shooter alive, bro. You can tell he's not a real shooter, man. Like he doesn't take a moving three. That's one big. If you're a real shooter, you can make a moving three. He can't. He needs to be set, planted, muscle memory to a T. Like that's all it is muscle memory, muscle memory. And I kind of love when he jacks up the threes. But like it would piss me off, bro. You miss like 3 in a row and you just jack up a fourth one out of nowhere. He does that a lot. It's kind of weird, but and he's like not very good at it. But when he makes them, they're so painful, bro. Because
It
it's just like the
it's
arc
so
is so
high. It literally takes like a full
I know.
2 seconds
That's
for
what like he's just throwing it up there, bro. He's just throwing it up there because sometimes they'll have those in just a disgusting shot, like an air ball way off the mark, bro. When he's
Yeah,
yeah, whatever.
yeah, but
Um,
like that moment. I mean, that moment when he hit those 3 threes in the fourth quarter is what Denver got with Julian Strawther here in the second half,
yeah,
and that's what you need. You just need another person off of you. You just need an eighth guy. That's all you need. And watching specifically this series, the game, the Clippers series wasn't. I don't even know if we had an episode since Game 6 or Game 5, like right before Game 7 of the Clippers series. But that Clippers series wasn't like entirely inspiring. Like it was. Denver should have won, relatively easy. Like they should have won Game 2. They barely won Game 4, like by the skin of their teeth. They probably should have won Game 6. Like they won Game 7 just off of, I don't even like, just pure momentum, pure will. What happened?
is my camera slide? I know. I'm like, wait, what the? I'm just trying to pull up, bro. What? I was just trying to pull up the box score, and all of a sudden it did that to me.
But then you get this series. It showed me like the fight. Like I didn't see the fight from Denver at all throughout the entire regular season, which is insane because that's kind of what their there we go. That was what their whole like motif was under Michael Malone, was just they're never going to give up. Like they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. You can't blow them out. There were so many times this season where they gave up. Like you could visibly tell that they gave up. And it's just since Malone went, that hasn't happened. They haven't just, and that's just like, this game isn't big example of that. Going down 12 in the second quarter. What's going
I don't
on?
know. I don't know. It just randomly does it.
Going down 12 in the second quarter, really having no momentum, and out of nowhere, 12 will run to tie the game right before halftime. Then Lou Dort three to give you the lead. But then coming out of halftime with the right intensity, and they were down three at one point, but then Porter hits a three to tie it, and then you don't really look back from there. Like I'm I have confidence in the team now, and I had no confidence. I literally had zero confidence in the team. Uh, Coming out of the Clippers series, going into the Clippers series, like I just didn't think that they had anything in that. But I mean, they have it. It's giving me confidence that this core can do something, which I really didn't think was possible.
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible until game one of the OKC series in the fourth quarter when they just completely overpowered them. And this is when I'm hoping we see like again, because I feel like other than that game and then the other close game that Denver won down the stretch, um, there hasn't been other instances where it feels like the Nuggets are completely out, like physicaling them and are like clearly the tougher team and not soft like them in at the end of game one. Like that ending gave me a ton of confidence to where like at their peak they can overpower a 68 win team and make them look like they have no idea what they're doing. That really opened my eyes, and I believe that. I think a lot of people believe this. Like, if you get this into a close game, you're going to win every single time. Obviously, that's not true. A team can all of a sudden make every single three, and then the home team can just go 0 for 12 in the fourth quarter from three somehow. And that's just whatever. But I do think if you do get into a close game, which game seven usually always are, unless you're like the Phoenix Suns or the Clippers, I guess. That it seems like Denver kind of has the advantage here. Obviously, the experience. OKC has a lot more pressure on them being at home, 68 win team. Denver kind of playing with house money with a backup coach and all this. Um, I'm kind of liking the spot that the Nuggets are in, but man, if we had won game five, bro, like or game
It's not
four,
even game five. It's game four is the
yeah,
one where
yeah,
that one's because game five it's on the road. Like you're expecting a surge. Like I was expecting some sort of surge, and it was you said in the Clippers series, right? Like home, like role players are going to play better at home. Lou Dort made a couple threes in game four. But before game four, he had not made a road three since like the middle of March. Like
I know.
it was like he had been straight up bad on the road. He got benched down the stretch for I believe it was Alex Caruso in Denver, and OKC just went off. Like the role players are going to play better at home. So I understood that they're going to have some sort of surge in game four. It was in game five. It was game four where it's like you had to get you had an 8-point lead after Peyton Watson's little hook shot just at the start of the fourth quarter, and you just could not get anything going. And that's what the game was. Like they couldn't do anything. But now I was confident after game five because Jokic got it going. Like Denver was tied 2-2 with Nikola Jokic being bad in 3 out of the 4 games. And then that's like you're gonna take that, every single time. So once he figured it out, once he learned like, okay, just attack quickly, don't wait for double to come. If they're not gonna hard double, go at the defense because they can't stop you physically.
And how
Then he
about just
figured it out.
make your shots? Fucking
Yeah,
finally.
he just had to make the easy shots he's been making every night for the last 5 years. And who knows? He finished with 44 and 15 once he started doing that. And man, like it's I said it before the series. I said it after game one. I was saying it's either OKC in 6 or it's Denver in 7 because this team has fight. Like they have fight, and now getting an extra day off in between, you get some rest. Especially now, considering Aaron Gordon's hamstring, whatever's going on with that. So you get an extra day of rest, you're able to recover a little bit, and maybe you'll have some legs in the fourth quarter, which they did not have in games 4 and 5.
Yep. Yep. Um, yeah, I agree. I guess going back to this game, I don't know, maybe we can kind of like run through it, give us our thoughts like during it as it was going on. I mean, Jamal Murray obviously started off fantastic, 11 points I think in the first quarter, and then didn't score until the end of the second. But just the tone I love from Jamal. I like man, anytime that he's ailing with something, you just know he's gonna show up. It's crazy. Um, it's like I'm kind of like I saw him hobbling on the sidelines in this game today. It seemed like he tweaked his ankle or something. I'm kind of like, I don't mind it. He always plays better when he's hurt. Um, but yeah, that first quarter was great, and then all of a sudden Westbrook comes in. I don't know how are you feeling about Westbrook right now?
I don't know, man. You have to have him in there because on one hand, yeah, the offense was like it was bad. Like every time he touched the ball, something bad happened in the first half. Like it was legitimately awful. And he got benched. I mean, they took him out. Like he got benched pretty early in the second quarter because it was really bad. That's one thing I liked about Adelman. Like his leash is short with pretty much everybody. Uh, but the defense is still really good. I mean, he like his on-ball defense, no matter who it's on, whether it is Jalen Williams, whether it's even if he switched on to Chad Holmgren, whether it's SGA. I mean, he's been excellent on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So it's you need that. Like, but when his offense, when it's bad, how it was today, it's like legitimately off. Like it is detrimental to the team because and you could tell like immediately where it's like, okay, he's driving in and then he throws the ball away, or he's driving in and he loses it and it's out of bounds and Denver keeps it, but it's like, well, what's going on? And then another one, he drives it, he kicks it out, it's deflected, leads to a dunk. Another one, he shoots a wide open three and he bricks it. And it's like, oh my God, like every time he touched it, something bad was happening. But in the second half, he was much better. I thought in the fourth quarter, there was a sequence. He turns it over. He has a really bad entry pass inside to Aaron Gordon. And then Peyton Watson gets a block on Jalen Williams on the fast break. Charlotte misses a layup, but then Russ is right there for a putback. And that might have saved the game because if they
Yeah,
score
that
on
was
that
big.
possession, it's like a 5-point game or something. Instead, it's back up to 9. And like his energy is still, you still need it, man. Like you still need the energy. But I don't know. He had 3 rebounds. All of them were offensive rebounds. Like those are so valuable in this series. Uh, I just don't know, man. Like his leash has to be short. And in a game 7, he's essentially him and Michael Porter Jr. are just like interchangeable at this point right now. Like whoever's playing better will close. Today it was Julian Strawther out of both of them. But man, like it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. This is the true Russell Westbrook experience because he was so good in the Clippers series and he's been so bad in this series. So I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect in Game 7.
It really does feel like you need to give him like 2 minute like trial runs. It's like, okay, put him out there for 2 minutes. And if he's, has 2 turnovers and a missed three already, it's just get him out, just get him out. That's it
Yeah,
for that stint. It seems like he works in stints. He'll have a stint or a stretch during the game where he's incredible and then gets subbed out and comes back in. And then all of a sudden he's missing all his shots. Like, you got to really take it like stint by stint like that. Because I thought outside of his first stint, he played well this game. Like after
yeah.
that, he played well. Um, so it's very odd. And you brought up a great point that with Adelman's leash being shorter than Malone's, I think that benefits the Nuggets more with a guy like Westbrook.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, Christian Brown, again, 40 minutes, but a lot of it was in that first half because he comes in early for Russell Westbrook because he didn't have it. But yeah, in the second half, he was great. And again, man, the defense, I don't know how to find the one-on-one stats, but I saw it after game 5. SJ had not scored on him as the primary defender, and I don't think he did it today either. I
He
don't
made.
remember it.
I remember he made one pull up elbow shot
Oh
over
yes,
him.
yes.
That
In the
was it.
second, yeah, the second quarter, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when it's straight one on one, like I don't remember him getting scored on, and that's huge because Christian Brown has had his moments where he's gotten killed. I mean, he's a big physical guy. Like CB hasn't been able to keep up with him a lot. Aaron Gordon's too slow. Peyton Watson's too small. Like Russell Westbrook has been like the perfect guy to put on him. And yeah, his rebounding is necessary. His defense is necessary. But when he's this bad on offense, like you can't afford to have him out there. And yeah, but I'm just team wise, man. The defense, I didn't think they could get to this level. Like, I mean, the defense in the regular season, I remember so specifically that Pacers game was the last one Malone had before he got fired.
yeah, yeah.
Like, it was so. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. And compared it now to this, I mean, this Thunder team, like in the half court, they're bad. Like they're straight up like a bad offense against the Nuggets right now.
Yeah. It's wild. Like it's like all these regular season habits have mostly disappeared outside of like bad shooting, I guess, sometimes.
Free throw
Um
shooting.
yeah, free throw shooting, yeah. Jeez, man. Uh yeah, they've stepped up for sure. You just can't really like count a team out with the exact starting five that won an NBA championship.
Yeah,
Um
like they still have that championship DNA. Like that matters so much in a series with a team that does not have championship DNA and a team that choked away a series last year. Like they still don't have the confidence needed. Like, hey, we can do this. Um, I hope Denver's not the team that gives them that experience. They might be because you've seen like them grow up in this year. Like, okay, see, you have to give them props. Like games 1 through 3, they were bad in the clutch, like legitimately bad in the clutch. Games 4 and 5, like you saw them grow up and like figure it out in real time, which is very, very
yeah.
impressive for still, I mean, the best team in the NBA, but they're still the youngest team. So you do have to give them props for that. But I saw confidence in Jokic and Murray and literally anybody in the NBA when it comes to a close game.
Yep. I feel like all this being said, I still would be like surprised if they won game 7, if the Nuggets won game 7. I don't know if surprise is the right word, but I mean maybe. Like it kind of is, I guess. I'll just be kind of like, wow, they actually really did that. Um it just seems so tough at their it just feels like they're just gonna make a barrage of threes at any second, and then the Nuggets um miss a ton, but I don't know. I mean, they've played 2 great home games. The Nuggets have there. Um, seems. Let me look at the line. It's probably going to be like -9, like it always is, um, at OKC. But what are your thoughts with the
Yeah, I mean,
Nuggets'
I
chances?
predicted Nuggets in 7 if it
Yeah,
went 7. I think OKC had to put them away in this game. Um, but I don't know, man. If Denver wins, it's gonna be because Michael Porter Jr. has a good game. Like I'm still waiting for. I mean, game 3 he was really really good, but he needs to have another game like that. Because if you couple a game like that where he's making big shots, making contested threes, he's making pull ups with Jokic playing how Jokic plays, then I think they can win pretty comfortably. Jamal Murray has been good. You know, I think he had the home boost in the second half. Like he had just more energy in the second half because of the
yeah,
crowd and because of the momentum and everything, as opposed to the second half of Game 5, where you could tell
yeah,
his legs kind of gave out in the last 6 7 minutes of that fourth quarter. So I think if Michael Porter Jr. has a good game, you can afford to rest Murray a little bit more. I mean, he's leading the freaking league in minutes in the playoffs right now. So it hinges on Michael Porter Jr., man. And if he does not have a good game, Denver's going home. And that's just how it is. It's how it's been the entire series. It's how it's been the entire playoffs. It's how it's been the whole season. And it very well might be his last game, too, in that Denver Nuggets uniform if he doesn't play. And it's just, do want to, like, because I want to give him props because he's playing with, like, no shoulder. He's playing with legitimately one arm. when you see him get rebounds, it's literally
Right.
like he pulls one arm up like this and the other's like this. Like he can't grab the ball properly. I'm sure shooting hurts like hell. He can't dribble. Like, he can dribble to begin with. Now he can't even more. Uh, like he is probably so much pain constantly, and yet he's still playing and he's still giving effort. And he has not been that bad defensively in the series. He's held his own, especially in one-on-one situations. Like, he's not getting blown by.
Yeah, you're right.
He's shading them to the correct side. He's shading them towards help. He's helping correctly. His rebounding hasn't been awful for only having one arm. But it's like, if you're playing, you have to play. Like, I'm gonna have expectations that you are playing well. So he's got to make his open shots. I thought he forced a few today, but the open looks that he had were good. He made them, which is good. And yeah, I mean, he had two. That three in the third quarter was massive because he missed one, and then they get it back. And they're down three, and he hits it from the right wing, ties it. I think at 70, 69, 70. It seemed like just seeing a few go down. I think he said post game he got the shot, whatever shot that he gets in the shoulder that he doesn't want to do because it makes him
Yeah.
sore the next
The
day.
lidocaine.
Yes, lidocaine. He needs it for game 7. It's so funny because you can like tell when he has it. Like, you can just tell.
Yeah.
Every single good game he's had in the playoffs. He's like, yeah, I had this shot.
Yeah.
Whenever he just
Yeah.
literally does nothing, he's like, yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I
Take
know.
it, man.
Just take it. Just take it, Mike. Yeah,
What
you're
are your
right.
thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I wanna start the game out physical, like I just always like think back to how just the cross matches Aaron Gordon would get in the 2023 playoffs, like how he would just attack. If the Heat got cross matched in transition, it's Aaron Gordon against Gabe Vincent, like all the way to the bucket. Um, and we saw like a little bit of that in game one, and when he's been having good games, but like I think starting the game out with some of that, um, maybe try to get him on SGA or Cason Wallace or whoever is out there, starting and like just be more physical, and set the tone, and then I think from there, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be so hard, but you're gonna have to just weather the storm because I feel like this is gonna be one of these games where it's like in the 90s, between each team. Um, I just really hope they don't make their threes, bro. Like it's just like it really is like what it just comes down to. I mean, um, out of Isaiah Joe, I'm trying to pull up the box score again, but out of Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, who by the way, I'm never calling that dude. Nobody should ever call this dude J Dub like ever again. Who, bro? J Dub is shooting 3 for 16. All right.
He's 10 for 43 in the last 3 games.
Yeah. But he's J Dub though. Between him, Isaiah Joe and Andrew Wiggins, they shot 0 for 10 like from 3, and Wiggins was a guy who's knocking down all these shots in game 5. Like it just comes down to that, bro. Like if those, and Cason Wallace, that's the other dude. If like and Dort, if they're making their threes, and if they're not, you have a real opportunity.
Yeah.
If they
It's the
are
role
just
players.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy how in game 7 it's always the role
Dude,
players who
it
decide
always
it.
comes down to that, and it's honestly felt like that this whole series. Like it hasn't ever felt SGA hasn't taken over a single game, and even this game he has a good stat line. I don't know. He kind of felt quiet to me. 11 for 16 is kind of unbelievable. I'm like, damn, he really had that good of a game. It didn't. It really, honestly, did not feel like he was very good out there today. But you're right. It that's all it comes down to. You know what you're gonna get out of SGA. He's gonna put up 31 or whatever. Jokic, you know what you're gonna get out of him. you don't know what you're gonna get out of the role players, and that is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's
but
always that one, like
yeah,
when it's a tight game seven, there's always the one role player who just goes off. Like
well,
last year
we
against
got that.
Minnesota, it was Jaden McDaniels. Like he
Yeah,
had an incredible game.
yep, yep, and we got that with Strother this game, but we're gonna need it with, just give us the 20-point, 22-point Michael Porter 5-3 game, man. Why not 5 for 8?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's like you need those guys to keep you in it, and then the superstar takes you home. And I'm trusting Jokic over SGA any day. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, SGA at home is pretty tough, and he's going against a lot easier defense than Jokic is. But um, I still, Jokic has found his touch, bro. Like you can tell, he missed one shot where he should have made. Where I was like, oh my god, how do you not make that? But that's the one shot he's done that in the last 2 games when you had like 4 or 5 each game before that. And so it definitely feels like his touch is back. His free throws look better, even though he missed, I think, one today. It's not showing the full stat. Oh, he
He
missed
missed
2
two.
today.
They were both at the same time. It was in the same trip,
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think. Yeah.
Um,
His punch, and I knew it was back. It was in the fourth quarter. Denver's up like 10 or 11, trying to close it out. SGA's like trying to get on one side of him. It's like an insane catch. He catches it like with one hand, starts dribbling. SGA's on this side, dribbles. He spins. Hartenstein's right there, and he just throws it up. It's a great contest. It's like the classic Jokic. Just bounces front
yeah,
rim, hits the
yeah,
backboard, and drops through it. I'm like, that's when you know that it's
facts,
there because
facts.
it lands so soft. It has the perfect trajectory. And yeah, we just did not see that in games 2 through 4. So, man, like I said, once Jokic figured it out, I was confident. But again, anything can happen in a game seven, especially in a road game seven, because those role players get going. It can look like how game two, because just everything is going down, no matter what you do. And like you said, Joe Wiggins, Jalen Williams, 10 from three. That's not happening at home.
Yep.
I mean, we saw it in Game 5. Like those guys made their shots. Um, Isaiah Joe is a great candidate for a guy to go off and hit 4 threes in the first half and kind of just give him a momentum to
Yeah.
go through.
Or
Casey Wallace is another guy who can do that.
dude, I'm impressed with like the better Jalen Williams. He comes in and knocks down a 3 every single game. Um, dude, that guy's a good player, but so it could be him too.
Yeah, it could be him. Him and Lou Dort are my two least favorite players in the series. Because I know what Caruso does. Like Caruso is annoying, but he's annoying because he's incredibly good.
Right.
This makes me sound very racist because I chose a white guy who I like it. It's a black guy who I don't. I promise it's not because I know Caruso's game much better than the other two. But like Lou Dort, the flopping is
Oh
out
my!
of
Don't
hand
even get me
for a
started,
guy
bro.
who plays
When
as physical as he does to fall down as much as he does on
Bro,
screens.
when he somehow ended up on half court or at half court, I was like, what just happened? How is he lying on the ground half court and everybody else was like at the 3? He like flew like 10 feet. I
Like
don't get it.
it is the threes are one thing, like that hurts, but you know that like you've seen him shoot like that for the last
Right.
6 years. But the flopping I didn't know was this bad. And it's very funny. I feel like both fan bases are complaining about both fan bases flopping. um
Oh my
and
god, bro.
Jalen Williams because
SGA was unbearable this game, bro.
it was bad.
Oh
It was
my
bad.
god, bro.
It was bad
He
this game.
It was really bad. It was really bad. And then,
Yeah.
dude, the fact that 2 of his BS shots that you're not even looking at the hoop and they go in, one banks in, and then the other one is another one where he's just trying to draw a foul and it goes in. Oh, with his left hand. I could not believe
Yeah.
that, bro. Yeah, whatever.
And the funny part is too, if he missed that, they were calling the foul. Like you could tell that's the type of game that it was.
You're right.
When they miss it with obvious contact, they were calling it, which is my biggest pet peeve with NBA officials. But Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, the guy from Arkansas, he's the other one where it's like I don't like because he's like good, like he's legitimately a good player.
When it
He's
seems you look
physical.
at him, there's no rate at all, whatever. You look at him and like look good at all, bro. You're like, come on, man. And his shot is just like I don't know. His shot's very like
He's Jokic-esque.
elongated. Yeah, it's elongated, and Jokic asks and it goes in. I'm like, what?
But he's good. Like he's a
Yeah,
connector. He knows how to play make. He's physical. Like he knows his role. I mean, he's a guy coming off the bench. He's the third center on the roster. He's gonna be physical. If he fouls out, he fouls out. It's fine. Like he knows what he's doing. But that's why he's annoying because he knows what he's doing. Um, but those
dude,
have
this is
become my two the two
another
guys.
these things that the Thunder fans complain about. I guess they were called for like the most fouls in the league last year. When or this year, when you have someone like Caruso and Dort and Chet and Hardenstein and Williams and Wallace, all these guys that are just in your yeah, you're gonna get like Caruso had 5 fouls today because he's just in everybody's face, and
Mhm.
so is Wallace, and so is Big Williams, um, and they're all like that. So obviously they're gonna get called for fouls. It's the stuff on the other end that's annoying
Yeah.
when
No,
they're
and
on
the
offense.
physicality, like that's
Right,
one thing that has been improved from last year for this Thunder team. Like
right.
they were not this physical. And the Caruso and Hardenstein have brought that to the table because that's kind of what took them out last year. Like they were very, very finesse based, right? Like just get to the mid range, do pretty stuff, but they can muck it up and get dirty now. Which is why they're good. Like this is a damn good team. But I think what this series is showing is like these are the two best teams in the West, and Minnesota is clearly number three. Exactly how it was last year. Like nothing changed.
Yeah.
Exactly how it was last year, and that's exactly what it needs to come down to for a game seven. But someone tweeted he was like, game seven, like this is if any series was destined to be to go to game seven, it's this one. That's like, look, the Nuggets will go to game seven against anybody. Like
I know. I
they're
know.
just addicted to this at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
This is seven out of 16 playoff series in the Jokic era. I've gone to game seven. That's
I
like
and
unbelievable.
they're also like frustrating yet bro, this is the I don't know if any other fan base like feels like that where it's just like, man, this team's so good, but then they just it's just like, oh my God, they just disappoint, but then they eventually get it done. It's weird. Um they just
Yeah.
take way too long to eventually get it done. And that's where it's just like if you just had better players around Jokic, it wouldn't take that long. But
I
um,
saw I saw Nick Wright, speaking about better players, Nick Wright tweeted out, it's like this game should get Calvin Booth's job back and Michael Malone fired again. And I was like, no, listen, Michael Malone and Calvin Booth were on the same page about Julian Strauss. They both loved him. They both loved him. Like he was one of the guys they were in, conjunction about. They liked him. And he was in the rotation, 20-minute per game guy until he got injured. And just you can't get in rhythm for the playoffs in time for that. So that's not part of it. But this is still like a bad roster. Like again, if Denver just has one more consistent player, likely both of their last two series end in 6 games or less. Like, they're done. But at this point, and they're rested and they're good. Uh, but they only have 7 guys they can trust because Julian Strada could very well go out in game seven and get 3 fouls in 6 minutes and not play in the second half because
yeah,
that's just who he is.
he
That's the player he is.
I think he fouled in like the first minute he was in this game again on SGA.
It's so he fouls in ways that's like so funny. It's like, how is it possible to foul this much in
I know.
every single point?
Uh, I I don't know. Um,
Hilarious player, hilarious individual.
I don't know. Is there anything else on this game that you want to hit? Or we could go into the predictions, which are becoming strategic for me.
I just want to give another shout out to Christian Brown, man. I mean,
Yeah.
23, 11, and 5, 3 steals. Um, yeah, he was a primary guy in SGA, but they went to his zone a lot. I thought he played decent defense. I mean, SGA just made a lot of tough shots today too. But I mean, for a guy who has taken a lot of slack in the playoffs for not making shots, not being good offensively, you can tell when the moment's big, he's there. 11 rebounds, 5 assists, like That's big. 3 threes. His cuts were good. His defense and
Yeah.
his transition finishing again, it's been incredible. So he needs a shout out. Hoping for another big game from him in Game 7. But
Agreed.
yeah,
Agreed.
we'll get into predictions.
I think the last 2 times that I've predicted, I've picked the other team winning, and then the Nuggets end up winning. I think it was Game 5 and Game 7. I feel like I don't know if we both picked the Clip. I know I picked the Clippers for both times. You picked them for one of the games. I forget.
I picked him for Game 7. I picked Denver for Game 5. I picked him for Game 7.
Okay. Okay. So I'm saying this strategically, and I'm surprised if the Nuggets would win Game 7. So I do think OKC wins. Um, OKC wins 102, no, 116-97.
Oh, damn it, a blowout. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut. Let me see if I can find uh the tweet or the text that I sent my friends. I sent it at the beginning of the series. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know I have no idea what I said. I can't search them. But basically, I said Denver wins in 7. If it goes 6, it's OKC. If it goes 7, it's Denver. And I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah, it's gonna be a dirty game. Both of the stars are gonna empty the clip. I expect SGA to take a hell of a lot more than 16 shots. I know he had 11 free throws too, but I expect his shot attempts to be in the 20s, even with a decent amount of free throws. He's gonna take the bulk of the shots. I expect better game from Jalen Williams. He's not going to go 3 of 16. I don't remember what game it was. It was in Game 4 where he was like 1 of 11 or something too. Like he's been really bad. He's going to step up.
He's had 4 games this series where he's shooting 2-a-days or whatever they said.
Yeah, no, it's really bad, really bad. So, but I do think Denver wins. I think you get a good game out of Michael Porter Jr. You get 20 plus out of him. I don't think Julian Strawther is going to have a game like this. I think you're expecting it, but I said he's going to get 3 fouls in 6 minutes. That's probably exactly what's going to happen. But I think Russell Westbrook is going to have a good game. I think he's due for one. He has not had a singular good game in this series. I think he's due for a big game in his old house for an opportunity at his first ring, which this is probably his last dance, man. It's not a guarantee that he's on this roster next season. Denver could very well trade him away. He could very well decline his option, go somewhere else for more money, which is possible because he's shown that he still has it. He can get to MLE somewhere, I bet. But I think this is his last real shot at a legit team to win a ring. So I'm expecting him to have it. He's an all-time great for a reason. And obviously Jokic and Murray. It does hinge on Aaron Gordon's hamstring being good, so I'm going to say his hamstring is good. The extra day should help. Those hamstrings are tricky. Score-wise, I'm going to go 95-89. I think it's a low-scoring, gross game.
It's a painful game.
Disgusting game. The rims are tight for both teams.
Dude, that's my type of game, though.
It's not going to be as bad as Game 4. I feel like the fact that Denver scored 8 points in the quarter, the playoff game at home, is not talked about enough. Even though they should have won the game regardless. But it's not going to be as bad as that. But it'll be a tight game.
Dude, I really want a game like that, man. Give me a game like that over a Celtics game any day of the week, bro. Like, it's fun seeing teams trade back and forth threes. And overall, like, obviously, there's a whole huge discussion about the NBA and the threes and stuff. I think the NBA is in a great spot, but the Celtics are a little ridiculous with their. I mean, it's bad, bro. It gets to a point where it's like, all right, like, I think the NBA is in a great spot, but I can see, like, you turn on one Celtics game, you're like a 60-year-old dude who watched the NBA, and you turn on that game where they missed 45 threes. But I'm not watching that. Like, I'm not gonna watch another game of that series. So yeah, whatever. All that to say that I think I like these games where a team doesn't go 30 for 60 from 3 and just blow because that's just luck, bro. It's not even basketball.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, whatever. That's a good
It's
shooting.
not fun. It's not fun to watch these
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
Both of these teams, like OKC, I mean, they took 43s today, but they were like rhythm, like they were the flow of their offense. Like it's not like they're just chucking threes for the sake of chucking them.
The
And
Celtics, dude, Drew Holiday will literally back up like 3 steps and jack up a 3. Like, what do you
like on a
why?
fast break.
I know. And then he'll break it, and then Horford. It's like these veteran guys who weren't really like Drew Holiday's never been a good shooter, by the way, until his last season in Boston or his first season in Boston, whatever. He had never been same with Derek White and same with Al Horford. And I mean, credit whatever to their coach. All of a sudden, Derek White is like one of the best shooters, and that makes no sense to me. He went from 34% to like 45%. I don't get it. And then Horford, the same thing. But yeah, those guys will even. I don't understand how Horford and Holiday have changed their brain so much to back up like that. It's weird. And Derek White does the same thing.
It's odd, man. But yeah, this series, like if you like basketball, this is a series for you. It's guys who work in the paint, it's guys who work in the mid range. It's quote unquote 2000s basketball, but you do have the modern touch of guys who shoot a lot of threes. So it is exactly what you want. Yeah, this game 7 is going to be ugly. I can tell. It also sucks because this game 7 is happening during my flight back from San Jose. It is Southwest, so I can watch on my phone.
Okay.
I have the like live TV option. It's on ABC, so like we're good.
Okay, there you go. All right.
It will be sucky. I hope the only issue is I need the game to finish by the time the plane lands. I don't think it's going to happen. To stop in Vegas, San Jose to Vegas is probably a really short flight.
But I'm sure they'll have it on in Vegas, like in the airport.
That's true. They'll have it on somewhere. The degenerates will be gambling on it. I will be one of them, and we will figure it out. But yeah, that afternoon is gonna suck for me.
Do you have YouTube TV or anything like that, or?
No, I have Spectrum, but Spectrum's you can only watch like the local channels if you're connected to the Spectrum Wi-Fi. So like I can only watch ABC if I'm connected to Spectrum Wi-Fi, which is really stupid. I can watch ESPN, TNT, and everything else, but ABC.
Do you know about the site? You know, the Stream East, but like better.
I do not know for mobile.
Yeah, there's one that works like really well.
Oh,
there's no ads or anything.
You'll have to send me that.
I'll send you the link. It's not HD, but it's good enough quality.
I'll take what I can take.
Yeah.
Take what I can take. Interesting. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. If I show up at work on Monday. Oh yeah, I'm turning my entire office into Nuggets fans. By the way, I'm like the only big basketball. There's another guy, Jalen. He's one of our weather guys in our photog. He's a big basketball guy too. But we're the only two. He's a Lakers fan.
Oof.
But I am obviously Nuggets fan. So I'm trying to turn the whole office into Nuggets fans.
I like that.
Especially my sports reporter, because there's not a lot of sports or basketball like influence here in El Paso. If you're a basketball fan, you're mostly the UTEP guy, or you're a Spurs fan because it's just like the Hispanic influence. Both cities is the only thing you can really connect to.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to convince him because he's one of those guys where it's like you watch basketball nowadays and everyone's just chucking up 45, 53s a game and it's not fun to watch. And I'm like, watch the Nuggets.
I know.
Dude. Like,
there you go.
That's the Nuggets. I'm getting it little by little. I can see it changing a little bit.
Okay. That's what's up. I'm glad he's not a Nuggets hater like a lot of Lakers fans are.
No one's a Nuggets hater. I don't think people care enough about Nuggets to be haters.
You're not in real life. Yeah.
No.
All right, man. Shit.
I think that's it.
We do another big thing. This is the first time this series that both teams get 2 days off, and the first time in forever since the Nuggets have gotten 2 days off.
Yeah, that'll be big. That'll be big. Jamal Murray said it. He was like, "We were using the 2 days as motivation in his press conference because they need it." I don't think they've had it since in between game 2 and 3 in the first round because they had the travel day. But since then, it's been every other day. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Game 7, and Denver's playing with house money at this point. Like I think even if Malone wasn't
That's
fired, the season went as good as it could possibly have gone. OKC is
yeah.
still the better team overall. Like they should win. So empty the clip, man. Empty the clip. Jokic should have 25-ish shots. Murray should have 20 plus shots. As long
Here
as
we go.
those guys are on their game, I'm confident.
Here we go. Come on, Jamal, man. Man, he looked like he was just on pace for like 40, but whatever.
Yeah.
Do it in game
You can tell
7.
the sickness got to him. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
he could.
Maybe it's just like he dumped out or something at halftime because he was moving in the second half. You could tell.
Yeah.
You really
yeah.
tell. I'm excited, man. This is what basketball's about.
All right.
Let's get into it. All right. It's gonna be it. I got a flight to catch in 9 hours. So
at least like you
get
don't have
outta
to.
here.
I bet you don't have to show up that early at the airport, El Paso.
Nah, it's not bad. I mean, I can leave at 8. Get there. I'll be good. I'll drive too, so we get fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, all right.
All right.
We will see y'all in the next one.
Yeah.
Peace.
Good luck.
Where's my mouse?